And everybody want to know, should you go by Mike or Micah?
Mike.
Mike. All right.
Yeah, y'all stop using my government anything on the pod because of these doxing ass out here. And I'm not the one to run up on in real life.
Oh, absolutely not. Trust me. Mike is not. At the tender age of 19, I was told what's supposed to happen if something goes down. And, you know, shout out to, never mind.
Yeah.
They said don't shout him out no more in the pod. But with that, man, how was your weekend?
Hey, man, it was a good time, man. Hung out with a
You going on a date?
No, man. It's dad week for me. I'm done with dating, man. You know what? Matter of fact, I'm celibate. That's it. Now I'm celibate from now to the end of the year.
Mike want to be a bird so bad. God dang. Why are you celibate for the next 9 months?
For the rest of the year, man. Just I don't know, man. I'm tired.
You
man.
tired of giving your body away?
I'm exhausted. No, see, I don't give my body away. I'm pretty particular about it. All right, a bunch of people watching this 15 years ago, like, yeah, whatever. But nah, man. I'm just
What's wrong with dating?
Is
it that bad?
It is that bad out here, man. Like, I'm telling all y'all dudes right now that are under 35, man.
Okay,
get married and stay out of these streets, bro. Get married, stay out. It is not fun up here. I guarantee you. And here's the thing: I'm not even having a bad time, right? Like, I have options. I have things to do.
Okay, shout out to her.
Smooth as hell, and it's like, yo, I'm still not enjoying myself. Get married, bro. Get married. Stay married,
bruh. I think you dating is healthy for the pod. I think it's healthy that it gives us more content. It makes an easier like workload on my household because like now I don't gotta go home and my wife supply content. But we need you to go on dates. We need to like nominate girls. We need ladies. If you want to go on a date with Pastor Mike, he's not really a pastor. I need to keep specifying that you're not a pastor. But if you want to go on a date with Mike, yo, DM us.
Don't.
He'll pay. Like,
look. Here's the thing.
He'll pay for the date.
If you do want to go on a date with me, just know that I've already said I'm celibate. All right. So I do not have any expectations of anything with me. That's all I'm saying.
Nah, you got to give it up on the first date to our listeners. Yo, shout out to our listeners.
Damn it, to our listeners. Yes, God.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever it takes for 1,000 downloads, right?
We gonna do it. Yo, man, shout out to everybody that's here. If this is your first time listening, I want to welcome you. If this is your last time listening, good luck in your journey to fatherhood or motherhood or parenting.
This is not a parenting pod, man. We're just black dads, so we call it the Black Dads Club.
Absolutely.
It's a moniker.
Absolutely. A couple of apologies is in order. Oh, also, before we go on, this is also a beef for the Lad Pod. Stop sending me Ace metaphor videos. Y'all can stop.
Hey, boy, that shit will get old quick.
It will. And like I already gave y'all the formula. You can stop sending it to me. You can stop DMing me. You can stop tagging me. Every video y'all seeing is like, he right here. Even though he playing with our emotions, even though he killing y'all, he is right here.
Yelling.
Super corny. I did love how all the men DM was like, bro, I don't pay attention to him. Like my kid is more important than to focus on this shit, which I love. Also, there's still an apology that's out for black men from Jussie Smollett and his team, and the source. I think that was the source who had printed that article. Yeah, I think it was the source. I gotta look. It might not be on the source, but anyway, there was an article from Jussie Smollett about him and his situation and about how straight black men were so homophobic that they didn't believe him and they didn't trust him and there was all that. Just like it was like this big article about how we don't support him. And just for all of this to be a hoax, all of it to be a joke, and nobody has apologized to straight black men. Now, I am smart, I am intelligent, allegedly, so I understand that in 2023, nobody don't care about black men.
No.
And y'all never gonna give us an apology.
Well, I mean, it's hard to care about men in general, but yeah, especially for black men. So when everything happened with the whole Smollett thing, everybody was just kind of like, you know what? It was kind of too much bigotry at one time. So like, you know, like, okay, so you got a racial slur. A sexual slur. Yeah. And it's like 4 degrees. Like, bruh, ain't nobody that mad outside of Chicago right now.
And that you walk blocks with the noose around your neck?
Yeah.
That's what did it for me.
Like everybody, so it's just, most men were just like, it don't really add up. And then, of course, you get accused of like, yo, y'all don't support, y'all don't do this. But the thing is, you can't really play with men emotions like that because we don't really hold that against them, right? Like, we're bringing it up now, but when the last time you heard anybody mention it?
Nah, because we laugh.
Yeah, we laugh about it. We move on from it. And that is the masculine thing to do. And I think sometimes, I get accused by even my friends sometimes, like, you got masculine in a chokehold. And it's not even so much that, it's that part of being a man is your resilience, right? Your ability to bounce back. Like, that is what makes you strong, right? Like, that's why, we see the little video trending of the dad when his son falls out of the chair and mom tried to help him. He's like, nah, let him get up, right? Mm-hmm. That is men, because we understand that, like, part of us being able to absorb a blow is also us getting up off the floor after that blow, because that's going to protect our families.
Absolutely.
And if sometimes the opponent in front of you is better. They are bigger. They can fight better, right? But you got a puncher's chance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the only way you're going to be able to use that puncher's chance is if you get off the mat. And a lot of us are afraid, right? So we're in this place of perpetual anger because we don't want to admit that we're hurt, all right? We don't want to admit that we're ashamed. We don't want to admit that we're frustrated. We don't want to admit that we're sad, right? So when you get a male podcast, it's like, all right, all your emotions are valid, right? Like, you could feel that way on the mat, but you still got to get up off the mat, right? Because that's the only way you're going to have a puncher's chance is if you get off the mat and take a shot.
What about a shot at the black therapist? She owes an apology too.
How many times is this going to happen though? You're right. Like my whole thing with the therapist when she was just like, yo, I'm not accepting men anymore, right? And she knew what she was doing. She knew what she was inferring.
Absolutely.
That she, it was black men. This ain't the first time, ain't the second time, ain't the third time, right?
Absolutely.
But anytime they want to get an audience or get a crowd, the easiest thing to throw up under the bus is, well, I'm just going to throw black men up under the bus. And we said this like 2-3 seasons ago. I told y'all that if y'all seek a therapist out, make sure that you go, if you're an African-American man, make sure you go to another African-American man as your therapist.
Facts.
Nobody else is going to get it.
Facts.
Right? Like, because the whole point, a therapist don't tell you what to do. What a therapist does is they give you exercises or they give you thought questions so you could try to reveal to yourself, right? We just talked about anger, right? Mm-hmm. Anger is a secondary emotion, right? So your therapist's job is to find out, okay, I know that you say that you're angry, right? And that's valid. But are you frustrated, humiliated, sad? Like, what is it, right? Like, and then once you figure out what that is, now you could do something about being in that space. You're going to get that 10 times out of 10 with another African-American male therapist, right, than you would with someone that's, from Britain, right? An Afro-Briton. He don't really know the American experience, right?
Yeah.
An Afro-French man, he don't know the American experience.
Absolutely.
A Nigerian black, he don't really know the American experience. You're going to need somebody that can go through that experience with you, and that actually includes, all the other genders that exist, right?
Facts.
If whatever gender you are, you're going to have to find a therapist that can align with what you want and what you think.
But she won't admit that she's wrong or anything.
No, she's going to double down, and this is why I can assure you that she is single.
Oh, I could have been told you that.
Yeah,
yeah.
She
you seen her hair?
I mean, I saw everything. She's single. She's single.
Yeah.
And you know what? And she's going to tell you that, she wants to be single.
Yeah.
And that's what she wants to be. And it's just like, all right, cool. All right, you go over there because
I'm single because I want to be.
Because our side of men don't want to be single, right? Like, this is not the the men come over here and we don't like women pod.
Yeah, that's definitely not this pod. No matter what y'all say. But no, I do love when, the girls hit you with I want to be single. It is a man that can hold me.
Yeah,
and y'all got to stop posting this.
Feel free.
Take her out of this feminine energy bullshit.
Oh, yeah. A real flex.
Oh, my gosh.
Bad faith argument. Move on. Next.
And, I'm here to let everybody know. Mike knows this because in our group chats, I am the king of saying, this is all marketing. This is all BS. Smoke and mirrors. Just to let y'all know, the dude profile that, I can guarantee is definitely a female behind that profile.
Yeah.
Like, just to let y'all know, you can be a woman, create a male Twitter profile, and post misandrous shit all day.
Oh yeah, all day long. Like a lot of these. I mean, we said it before the pod, right? Like half of the guys are not on the side of us as men, right? Like the sooner we realize that, the better off we'll be. Like if you see a guy and he's a misandrist or he's an apologist, he doesn't belong in our circle. We can move on from that man. Wash our hands from him. We ain't got to wish harm on him. Like, we ain't got to. This idea that if I disagree with somebody, I need you eviscerated or destroyed. I don't have that idea.
You know what pisses me off about that? Not the apologists. It's the guys who to praise women, they internally like put down men, right? And I know that's what we've been talking about.
Yeah.
You call it simping, you call it different things. But the weird part of it is like, hey, women are faster, smarter, stronger. They can cook better, they can clean better, they can build things better. And you're just doing that when you trying to like talk to men, and then you playing that thing of like, yo, let me put men down.
Well, they're never talking to men, right? Like
that's the thing. They never talking to men.
They're always, to your point, right? When it comes to marketing, they're always playing with the emotions of women, right? Yeah. They never really talk to men. Like, one of the things that's crazy is, out of all our listeners and out of all our followers, right, they're all solid bros. Yeah. Right? These guys are not engaging online, right? So, like, we're actually going up the hard side of the mountain because we do have to bring in women to engage in order for the pod to grow, right?
Absolutely. So, it's only women that comment on our shit.
Yeah. So, it's like those guys, when they saying things, right, these grown boys, they make it seem like it's coming from a man, and it's really not coming from a man. It's coming from a grown boy. It's coming from a boy that was raised, you know,
here you go.
Without enough fatherly influence.
Here you go, Mike again. All right, let's get into this living together before marriage. Hold on, let me play this video. This about to be hilarious. Might better get us in trouble.
You have to already be living together before I even propose to you.
You think so?
I'm not proposing to you if we can't even live together. What the fuck? Like, I'm not, that old way of getting married, that shit is a dud, bro. It's too much at stake out here, bro. Like, it's too much at stake. Like, that, bro, you got to change with the times. The times are not what they used to be. Bitch, we are going to be together. We are going to live together well before I ask you to marry me. We're going to do this. Like, it's all that. Oh, well, I'm gonna marry you and then we like. What if I don't want to? What if I can't live with you? What if you annoy the fuck out of me? You get what I'm saying? Now we not in the same bedroom. My grandparents had different bedrooms, my nigga. My grandparents did not sleep in the same bed. You know what I'm saying? And they had like 10, 11, 12 kids. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So, it's bro, just because I love you and I want to marry you does not mean I have to wait. You have to build your way there with niggas like me. Yes. And I have to know that I'm compatible with you before I even pop that question. We have to already be living together.
All right. Yeah. Do you agree that you got to be living together before you get married? Mike, tell the truth. Stop it. I want the truth.
No, but I'm not opposed to it either. I don't think you have to. Our grandparents were in separate bedrooms because they were de facto divorced, right? Like,
facts.
Don't believe that they did this because they needed space. They did not want to be together anymore.
Facts.
So that's the whole separate bedroom thing. But I'm not mad at people living together before they get married now. Like, I'm gonna tell you what's crazy: having kids with a motherfucker you don't know before you get married. That's crazy to me. Living together? That's reasonable.
Look, hey, I haven't been invited on one other podcast because I said this, so I'm here to double down. 10 out of 10 recommend living together before you get married. Now, with that being said, boy, I'm about to get in trouble. I think I'm going to chop off like the first 3 minutes of this podcast because now I'm just tripling down on the shade that I told you I was going to deliver. I will say this. I believe two things. I don't believe in creating an environment where we are shacking up with no intentions of getting married before we do that.
Agreed.
So I look at it as like, 6 to 8 months before y'all say I do, y'all do need to live together.
I agree.
At least. Now, if y'all want to pull the stunt of like, and I'm talking to men. I'm not talking to women. Fellas, if you got her and you like, let me give her 6 months before I propose, cool. You know what I'm saying? Because I tell you this straight up. I love my wife to death. We had a great time. We had fun. She stayed in Uptown. You know what I'm saying? And then I moved her into my home probably 8 months. We got married in November. She moved into my home in February, right?
Yeah.
And I would tell y'all, I got married November 3rd. Bruh, if she would have moved in by November 4th, we would have been broken up. Like if she didn't move in. And it was tough. Them first couple of months was rough. And I'm not here to say like what happened with me was going to happen to everybody else, but it was rough. It was one of those situations where, I didn't realize I'm the guy that leave all the cabinets open.
Yeah.
Right. I clean all my dishes at night. She does not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't realize that, I don't never have to go searching for shoes because I have 10 pair by the door. Because I never take them. It was a lot of those type of things. I don't fold up clothes. It was a lot of things that it took us. And I remember one day, bro, we sat in the room. We sat in the house. And she was just like, I don't know if I can do this. Yeah. And I was just like, we got to. But it was a lot of, let me tell you what it was. It was my pride. It was me sitting there, bro, and saying, I'm looking at her like, this is my home.
Yeah.
Because I had purchased a home maybe 5 years prior to her being there. Yeah. So this is my home. I'm the man of the house.
It's your place.
It's my shit. And it not realizing that, that's all cool, but that shit don't work in relationships. No. Right? Your pride will get you divorced. Your pride will get you cheated on. Your pride will get you... Some people didn't die behind their pride. I was in a situation where it was always me. This is mine. This is how I do it. This is how we gonna do it according to my rules. And you asking a woman to come make your house a home, and you got to change the way that you do things.
Now, with that said, I don't want men to think that they can't be prideful, right? Like
absolutely,
you're gonna have to have a little bit of ego to make it in life because everything is gonna tell you not to do it, right? Like creating this pod wasn't a good idea, right? No one like. How many people we know, right? Compared to how many people we know versus how many people actually support us that we know, right?
Facts.
It ain't really many. Mm-hmm. So it does take a little ego, you know what I'm saying, to get shit done. So that's not what we said. But on the second part of that is, if you felt that way with her moving into quote unquote your home at the time, how do we think women feel when men move into their places, right? That mean that she's saying you're in whose space?
Hers.
You in her space now, right? And between the two of us, right, the man and the woman, one of us have a divine, order to provide and protect, right? Mm-hmm. So your order when she moves in at some point is to be like, all right, I got to get out my pride. She has to, I got to take care of her, right? Which means that I got to do the things that she wants done, right? She don't have a divine order to provide and protect for you. So when you're in her spot, she don't have that same gumption of being able to look at the situation falling apart and say, oh, damn, I need to change. So my whole point there is, fellas, make sure that you probably are moving a woman into your spot or y'all moving into a spot together. And, I'm not mad at in 2023, I'm not mad at men and women living together before they get married. I'm absolutely not. Like I said, I would rather you guys do that than have a baby together because that baby is forever. You can get out of a lease.
Oh, yeah, you could break that.
You ain't getting out of a baby.
Get it in her name. You can break it and get up out of there.
Yeah, you're not getting out of a baby, man. So I don't think it's the worst idea in the world. I think it's astute in this day and age.
And you know what? I say it like this. Stop moving in with these chicks if you're not ready to be responsible for her. Stop moving them in with you if you're not ready to be responsible. Because I see a lot of the young cats now, they'll move in with their girls especially.
Because they're trying to save money.
And you get ass consistently. That's what you think. Yeah. But what it is, you trying to save money. You got in-home ass. And what's happening is you're not realizing like the responsibility you're taking on. You are now responsible for this woman. You got to be looking at, and I don't care what she says, and I don't care what her dad, whether he's present or not, says. You are saying, I'm responsible for your daughter at this point.
Yes.
And if you're not ready for that responsibility, then you don't need to be doing it.
And stop. And here's the thing: when you settle down, man, like cut out this running in the street shit, bro.
Facts.
Just cut it out, man.
Take your ass home,
there is nothing wrong with being faithful to your woman. There's nothing wrong with
facts. Facts. And then you know what it is. Your life changes so much when you got a good girl at home and you go home. Like your life changes so much.
Yeah.
You more focused. You take the bullshit out. You saving money. I told you I'm going to Vegas, right?
Yeah.
Bro, I had a number that I was trying to save to get to Vegas. I already saved it. And part of it is like not going out, not being out. Skip the whole faithful and shit like that. Like I'm married. I got my wife. But the whole thing of like just coming home at a certain time and saying, let me focus on what's important, it would save you hella money. But yeah, to wrap it up, I mean, I'm cool with, I would say it like this: move a chick into your space, or y'all get a space together. Don't move in with her, but make sure you ready to be responsible.
Yeah, I mean, be ready to settle down, and it's nothing wrong with settling down. Like this, you would never get this pod to be like, yo,
cheat,
fuck women,
open
cheat
relationships
on women.
only.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think open relationship is cheating. I think that's actually okay. I think the cheating is when you're trying to do this side dude stuff and the side chick stuff, man. Nobody got time for that, bro.
I told y'all a long time ago, a couple of y'all don't have the salaries for a side chick.
No. Dating is expensive.
Facts. That's why we trying to get y'all some free dates with Pastor Mike. Please subscribe, like below, and DM us to go on your date with Pastor Mike.
And then I need how about this? I need the rest of y'all to cash out at Black Dads Club.
Yeah.
So I can take them out on a date.
Absolutely.
And if we do that, then we'll post the date online. We'll post it online.
Now that is something we could do that. All right, hold on.
There's a girl that I dated before her. I know she would have been a good wife, beyond a shadow of a doubt. I know she would have made a good wife. I rejected her for one reason. I couldn't see myself being attracted to her for my entire life. That's cruel. Nope, that was wise. She is now married. She got married not too long after that. So I had to be honest with myself. So she fit the mold of a good wife, but she wasn't that top treasure that I was looking for.
Wow.
There's a girl that I dated before her.
He definitely is a pastor.
He don't put the music behind the track and everything. Like he is saying something profound.
He definitely didn't preach before, like a couple of sermons.
But I'm not mad at what he said. I think
wow.
But here's why.
Oh,
I think that's a moment of transparency that a lot of men feel, and I don't think a lot of men are given space to be able to say that.
Say what exactly?
That they don't want an ugly wife.
Do you think people purposely date somebody thinking they ugly?
Oh gosh, now that's a good question.
Because I think now I did listen. You remember Michael Bazin? Do you remember him?
Yeah. Michael Bazin was the original relationship guru online.
Yeah, Steve Harvey definitely took his swag and brought it to a morning show and did it bigger.
Exactly.
But Michael Bazin, I remember one time as a kid listening to him. Of course, my dad is older than Mike, so I have to hear old shit all the time. And Michael Bazin had people to call in that were ugly. Now, he said if you call in, it's because you believe you're not attractive.
You're ugly.
He said, I want to ask you certain questions. And so people literally were calling in, dog. And every one of them was married. What threw me off, right?
Nice.
But what also threw me off, they knew they were ugly. I think only one guy was like, yo, I know I'm ugly. My wife tells me I'm ugly.
Yeah.
And so Michael Bazin asked him, like, so how did you get married? He's like, oh, I have a good job. I'm a nice guy. I have my own blah, blah, blah.
Did any women call in and say they were ugly?
Yeah, it was one chick. It was only one. She called in and she was like, yo, I'm not attractive. And she sounded hideous.
So why did her husband marry her?
She didn't. She was just like, I mean, you know why she got me. Come on. Come on, man. Come on, man. What you think?
I'm gonna skip over that.
You didn't see the dude who got the chick out, and you like, but I know what she did to him.
So, all right. So here's the thing, man.
You heard this question,
but before we like went into like the Instagram era, right? Instagram era is like what, 2012, 2014.
2012, yeah.
Okay, so that's before the Instagram era. You would see what we would consider an average looking woman, right? So if we use a scale 1 to 10, right? Yeah. 5, right? A woman that's a 5 is just average.
Average.
In general. We see women that were average looks but had like 9 bodies.
Okay.
And men would be like, yo, I get it. Right?
Yes.
Now, we live in this era now to where
the scale is jacked.
The woman that has like a 9 body and she's all right to look at, that everyone has scaled that up now, right? Like she will get 250,000 followers on Instagram.
Yeah.
How do you, as a man, right, that you want to date a woman, right? Like, how do you get her to understand that, like, yo, I'm with you because I love your body, but you Mike. Hey, I didn't make the video. I'm asking a question to what he is saying. Do not put this shit on me.
Here's the thing. I don't think nobody look at somebody and be like, yo, she hit, but her body nice. Like, because we were in college at the time.
Well, you a decade behind me. I'm here to tell you.
Yeah.
So in 2010, that would have been 2000 for you. Like, wherever you were, right? 2010, right?
I was when Instagram was around.
Yeah. So, like that was a conversation men used to have. Be like,
her body,
like you knew what that meant, right? Like if dudes be like, yo, tell me about such and such. Guys would be like, yo, her body crazy, right?
Yeah.
Every guy knew what that meant. Now, fast forward.
Yeah.
We're in this era where the woman with the body that's hidden has 250,000 Instagram likes.
But she not as fine as she thinks she is.
Is what he's saying valid, and is it even more so valid because as a man you're like, I'm having to basically outrun the coverage, basically.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
I'm having to outrun the coverage because I shouldn't have
notice a male podcast.
I know, right?
I understood exactly what that meant.
I shouldn't have to work this hard.
Yeah. Okay, so
for this place that I'm in.
I'm gonna shoot Pastor
not Pastor Mike Will. I don't know who that is.
Funny part is I told Mike off mic, and I'm not gonna say no names, but definitely was that convocation. I heard the dude get up and stand up and say, yo, I questioned God because the woman I was supposed to marry didn't.
I wouldn't.
Right?
And I don't like.
And I think this is what I think. This is what I believe. I'm gonna shoot that guy who did the video some bail because you're talking about marrying somebody, and the worst thing I think you can do is, mind you, he didn't mention God in his whole thing, which I think is important.
Yeah, we're gonna get into so much trouble.
And so I'm not even going. I'm gonna shoot bail. I'm gonna shoot bruh some bail on. He wasn't listening to God. God didn't speak to him. This man might not even believe in God, even though he got the suit on and he preaches. He might not. So I'm gonna let him live on his own. However, yes, there is this thing when you run across women now who think they the shit because they looking at superficial stats and simps and likes and comments and the things that don't matter, right? It's women online right now who got blue badges, verified badges because of their bodies.
Yeah,
right?
because
they don't have
exactly.
jobs. And so what happens is you as a man, you come across this woman and you talking to her, and then what you find out. Now I'm gonna tell y'all what we find out because I take pictures of these girls all the time. Unemployed, no car, they living uptown, they sleeping with such and such dude, or they living with such and such dude for the month before he catches on. And what ends up happening is these girls are super insecure, and sometimes they just not the prettiest, right? And so what happened is, as a dude, if you want to talk to that woman, it is one of those things like, how do I bring her back? I say, leave her alone.
I would say leave her alone too. But here's the thing though.
Which is what that pastor did.
My man did. My man said he knew that he couldn't be with her for a long period of time because he was unattracted to her. I guess so we played it for two reasons. One, is that real? We've just talked about that for the past 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Two, are we given space to be able to say that, right? Like, because if we're talking about having masculine conversations, right? Masculine don't mean that like, yo, I'm knocking shit over. I'm bullying the China shop. It does mean that I have to have the verbal tools to be able to properly convey my point without having to cause offense that creates now a straw man or someone talk about me. Like, I know y'all looking at Pastor Mike Will like, yo, you need to drop 30. Yeah, you're right. I do need to drop 30, right? And when I do drop that 30, guess what? I'm gonna be like, yo, I'm a bad bitch, right? I'm gonna be running around here.
Told y'all Mike want to be a bird.
Yeah, like what Gavin say, right? Yo, I want to be a baddie, right? So like, but this is a man having a good self-assessment on himself. Mm-hmm. When we're dating, do we believe that they're having a good self-assessment on themselves as well? Like him having that conversation or him saying that, I applaud him for saying it.
Me too. And I'm going to tell you why I think.
But do we even have space to have that conversation, right? To be like, yo, you know what we used to say, a decade ago, yo, her body's crazy.
Her body's crazy. Let me tell you this. The number one thing I did like about his thing is he didn't even get in there and waste her time.
He didn't.
And I think that's sometimes you get so much respect when you don't waste somebody's time. And sometimes y'all circle back around and you can come back and say, yo, when y'all do get cool, maybe like he said, she got married right after that, which is beautiful because she found love. And somebody else probably saw her and was like, yo, she is fine. You know what I'm saying? And that's dope. But not wasting somebody's time when you reach into them like, oh, whatever happened to us? Look, I wasn't in the right space. I wasn't in the right mindset. You deserve better. I'm glad you got it.
But even if it's like, yo, I wasn't attracted to you, right? Like I think that should be something that's able to be said. And I give you a good example. I'm just scrolling right now on Facebook, and this is for a Betsy that posted, "There's no shortage of good men. Oh, God. There's a shortage of attractive and ambitious men," right? So, and this is coming, and again, women have the space to really be able to say that.
Oh, women will let you know that you ugly.
And I'm saying, like, yo, for guys, like, do we even have the space to be able to say, like, yo, you're not really as attractive as I'd like you to be?
Well, men know they're not attractive.
This is true. Well, and we also know that women aren't, by and large, attracted to 80 or 90% of us.
I told my wife, dog, I be talking too much about our household. I told my wife, I said, can you imagine if men were allowed to be in the club and the lights come on and somebody was behind us and we was like, oh no, you too ugly, I ain't dance with you. I said, if men was allowed to do that, oh my gosh. I said, but men have accepted the fact that when you go behind a girl in the club and she turns around and does that look back, if you not attractive, she gets to walk off. And there's no harm, no foul, bro. No foul. You got to take that embarrassment. You got to go back to your homeboys in the corner. You got to play it off. You got to act like you going.
And depending on how she dance, you probably gonna be like, yo, I ain't even care. Like I might go back and get another dance.
Yeah,
depending on how that dance was.
And like now, mind you, I don't know how the clubs work now because I ain't been to one in so damn long.
This is true.
But it's like men don't get to do that. But we also, that's another time. Men understand that. Yo, when the girls say, yo, bring your homeboy, if you not the homeboy that he keep bringing, it's a reason why, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
And so men...
And men have to also deal with, when we tell them to bring a homegirl, as men, we have a saying, right? Take one for the team, right?
Absolutely.
We know what that means, right?
I want women, ladies, please let me know, what is y'all take one for the team? Like,
what do women say when they say take one for the team? What do they say?
Yeah, what y'all say? Or do y'all say that? Because we know what it means. And like as a homeboy, you got to be like, really, bro? Yeah. And I ain't gonna say what. Never mind. I ain't gonna do that to him. But yeah. Men understand that, and it's cool. It is one of those things. Like, when you younger, they used to definitely let me know, bro. You too light. All right, cool, bet. Whatever, man. Fuck it. Y'all wouldn't do that. Oh, you too skinny. I remember I had one shorty. She tried to dress me. She was like, oh, you skinny how I like. Like, if you don't get your big ass out of here.
Hey, man.
Shout out to her.
You should let her put some weight on you. Put some meat on your bone.
Yeah. Shout out to her. I think she married. She hit me up the day before I got married. I was like, if you don't get out my damn DMs, shout out to you. You know who you are.
Hey, man, I'm gonna make sure. Leave her alone.
Hey, man. Shout out to her. She know who she is. She got a kid now. She got a man.
She married?
I don't think so. Which is super surprising.
Look, I hate y'all not getting married with these kids, man. This is like, it gets on my nerves.
Yeah,
I was not like that shit.
Super surprised, but shout out to her, man.
Do not like.
She's a clown. Ayesha Curry, I am here to give you your flowers, sis. Hold on.
Wait. What did Ayesha Curry do? What did I
miss? Ayesha Curry did nothing. Over the last 2 seasons of basketball, not this season at all, I thought it was super strange. And shout out to Daryl Dash. He the one who pointed this out to me. Have you noticed that Ayesha has been super silent this season? Yeah. Usually time she does, like every season, she got like 3 moments.
But it's not playoff time yet. She normally kick off around playoff time.
And Curry has been hurt. It's usually like when he in a slump and she need him to pep up, get a little pep in his step, she'll go off and say something crazy, and then he got to score 70 points to hide all that shit, right? If you go back to every season.
So she's actually a motivational coach.
Absolutely. She does the reverse Gabrielle Union. Instead of like, instead of embarrassing my man, the shit that turns him on, I embarrass my man a different way, and he overperforms, right? So with that, I just noticed that Ayesha been super silent. But several women, Monique and Nicole Parker Finance. Monique, you look good too. I am not going to be the guy who y'all kill me for that. But Nicole Parker, you know what, Nicole, I'm going to take that back. They always say I like light-skinned women with light eyes.
Nicole is an attractive woman, man. We're not about to sit here and pretend that she's not fine.
She is. She fine, but you know what?
Or
Monique and Nicole Parker are fine. Let's do that. But with that, they have taken Ayesha's flowers and carried them across the country. And there's something about women, and we can start with Monique, about these women coming out and they man not being enough.
You know what? It's kind of scary though, right? Because like as a man, you can do all you can, right? I could be married to a woman, 17 years, have 2 kids with her.
Take care of
her, no scandals, no cheating. And then she just get in her 50s and she like, damn, did I miss out on the dick carousel?
Look, absolutely. Did I waste my prime on you?
Did I waste? That's a little bit. That is wow. That is wow.
Who was you more shocked by, Monique or Nicole?
Nicole, because I'm still trying to understand that because they seem like such an ideal couple, right? Like they are.
And your husband can get bitches. Excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, what? So all right. I'm wondering because both of these women are right at the same place, right? They're both in their early 50s. I think Monique's in the mid 50s. I think Nicole is still looking great at like 52. I think. And I wonder, is it that reality check that comes in that my man can still get 35-year-old women.
Oh yeah,
right. Like Boris can still land 28-year-old women if he wants to, right?
They love him.
And even like Monique's dude, I think when they first got married, everybody was just like, "Yo, what is his name? Hicks, whatever it is."
She call him daddy.
Yeah, well, we're not gonna do that. But I think when she married him, everybody was like, "Oh, this dude's soft." This is her trying to play him up. And now, right, Sydney is his name. Now that he's in his 50s, right, or early 60s, he can still reach back and pull a 35-year-old. And because he's been a manager and he's connected now, he is more of that masculine archetype. So I wonder if this response a backlash of sorts, right? Something that they should have discussed in therapy, because these men, their star hasn't really fallen.
Nah, and that's a reality that nobody talks about. Maybe people do talk about it with women. I wouldn't know.
They talk about it rudely, right? Like, all the red pill podcasts, all the toxic masculine podcasts, they'll sit here and they talk about, the wall, right?
Yeah.
And, that is true to an extent, right? But when you're using it in a disparaging manner, no one's listening, anymore. And we're trying not to have that now. But, for Monique, right, to say, yeah, I wanted an open relationship in the beginning because, I wanted to show that big girls can have their cake and eat it too. And now that she's lost all this weight and she looks good, and now that I think that selection pool is a real thing.
Oh no, it's definitely
that Sydney selection pool is now larger than her selection pool, right? Because she goes on and she tells, like, I think it was in the Bahamas, right? And they got an open relationship. And, Sydney got a little bit of money, right? Because he done been her manager for 20 years. And, he over there flirting with, some young girl. And she felt the way about it. She was just like, oh, no, I don't want no more open relationship.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm getting at. It's like, bruh, nobody don't want to tell the truth. That, I seen a meme, it was a couple days ago. It was like, 40 is a sweet spot in dating because the 20-year-olds want you. The 30-year-olds want you. The 40-year-olds want you. And then if you are into older women, the 50-year-olds want you as well. And it's like, for men, you was talking about that for men. And that is true because, y'all see my pop sometimes and y'all send me DMs. I'm just like, all right, disrespectful.
It is.
It's funny.
It is a sweet spot. But I mean, I'm here to tell men, it's like,
Mike don't want y'all dating.
It gets old. It gets old.
Look,
I'm here to say,
can't be that bad.
Man, the streets are not fun.
What's wrong with the streets? The girls they not paying for y'all dinner. They say online that they either willing to go 50-50 or whatever that shit. What's that called? Dutch. Yeah. They willing to go Dutch with y'all and they paying on the third, fifth day.
If she goes Dutch with you, she's not calling you back. We'll let you know that right now.
Absolutely. You should not call her back if she offers either. Yo, I'm telling y'all lucky I ain't out there. Well, I'm lucky I ain't out there. Thank God. But if I was out there, bro, and the chick was like, "Oh, we can go Dutch," I'd be like, "Yo, I'm done with you."
Yeah, I mean, and here's the I don't want to go Dutch, right?
Exactly.
I want to take you out on a date.
If you
make you feel special.
If you offering to go Dutch to a man, he has every right to assume your standards are shit.
But if y'all want to send like Pastor Mike Will out on random dates with women, y'all gonna have to cash out money to the Black Dads Club.
Look. Please do.
And then we'll record it, we'll post it, and we'll have a great time with it.
You can't be selective or picky or have
I would go out with anybody. I would go out with anybody. I'm celibate. I am celibate. Like, please, like, you're not going to get any cookies at the end of the day. I'm going to let you know. There's no cookies at the end of the day. Order dessert.
Look, hey, anyway, what you doing this weekend, man?
Man, I can't call it, bro. Honestly, probably working on the pod, man. We really trying to get to 1,000 downloads, 1,000 listeners. Please share this, guys. Like, if you listen to this pod, man, please just send it to one other person. Tell them that it's funny, or tell them that you hate it. But I need you to evoke an emotion. Just don't send it. So evoke an emotion, because that'll actually get a response.
Absolutely. And look, shout out to all our listeners. Our girl sent us something in the group chat.
Oh, she did.
Let me see if I find it.
Well, that's where we got the first thing from that we addressed, is like the living together thing.
That was her comment.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see her comment. I ain't gonna read out your comment because I don't know what you want me to know. I could appreciate this post. No, this is something different. This one right here.
Oh yeah. We'll get with that next week about dating broke men and men with vision or whatever.
Broke men can't find love.
Hey man, what Cardi B said? Broke men shouldn't get no nookie.
How much money? Never mind. I was gonna ask how much money should men make to be able to go on dates, but I think that's a little.
I mean, you got to be able to afford to go on a date. Here's the thing: as a man, if you can't afford to go out twice a month on a date, you probably shouldn't be dating, right? And a normal date gonna run you. Yeah, normal date gonna run you like seriously. Like even if you can plan it out, $70, right?
Yeah.
Like even if you can plan it, it's gonna run you $70. So if you don't really have, what is that, $150 a month? What is that?
Yeah.
$1,800 a year. So you probably need to make 50 plus, right? And no debt, like no debt.
Yeah.
So if you don't have credit card debt, because a lot of us got credit card debt, student loan, hell, that shit eat up $600, $700, $800 before the month even start.
What the hell you going for $70? I took me and my sister-in-law went out.
Movies?
We went out to Fridays and that shit was $100.
Yeah. See, y'all always ordering drinks and stuff.
Yeah, you think these chicks going out not being drinking? They gotta post it on Instagram.
Yeah, this is true.
They need 2 drinks. They need the good plate. They don't care where they at. They getting the lobster or the shrimp to show that they somewhere.
Y'all
fancy.
Gotta stop eating lobster, man.
What's wrong with lobster?
We'll talk about it.
Lobster bad? I don't know. I got a wife. She don't eat that.
It's a crustacean. It's literally the roaches of the sea.
Oh, shrimp is, like, for sure.
Yeah, all of it is.
All of it is. Like, if you ever look at a shrimp and then you go look up a cockroach, they look very similar. My wife told me that, and them shit's good grilled. I ain't gonna lie to you. But
roaches?
No. Shrimp. But yeah, I mean, I look at it like this, like, broke men dating, we definitely got to start with that, because that's a tough situation.
It is tough, but are we saying that like broke men don't deserve love?
Hey man, that's what me and my wife been arguing about the last thing, and we was talking about do broke women or
Well, I mean, because here's the thing, I don't think we really expect women to have anything, like, because when women do have anything, it never really benefits the guy. Now I know that there are couples that they pay the bills together. And, we'll talk about that next week, because that's kind of what he was talking about in the video.
Yeah,
is when she held it down and he held it down. But at the end of the day, it has to fall on us men to hold it really, really down. And we do have to do everything. Like we do have to change the kids' diapers, feed the kids, take laundry from the wash machine to the dryer, unload the dishwasher. Like all these things are to be expected. But when you do that for somebody that you really, really rock with, like, dude, when I get a wife, man, I really want her to enjoy being with me.
Absolutely. So to help Mike find a wife, his DMs are now open for dating.
No, Black Dads Club DMs are open.
Oh.
Not my DMs. I don't check my DMs like that.
Oh yeah. And I'm going to make sure he going to dates. It don't matter what you look like.
Doesn't matter what you look like.
You're just not getting no ass at the end of the night.
Nobody's getting any ass. I don't care what you look like. Nobody's getting any cookies. But our listeners got to sponsor the Black Dads Club dating Pastor Mike Will.
Hey, and with that, we're going to holler at y'all next time.
Holler at your boy.